best wrestling podcast in the world. Fact, the road-wearing original Pete, the believing, power of positivity, keeping it Rollins, the Summit. Fact, the homicidal, the genocidal, the ECW loving, daring young creeping, Mr. No Days Off, Scott. Fact, the biscuit and gravy eating, Naomi loving, lunatic craving, the melting pot, JP, and you can bank on that. Fact, the Bailey hugging, the interrupting, the Jaeger drinking, mouth of the Carolinas, Lil Steven. Fact.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
I miss you, Darren Young. Little Steven, Darren Young, in a evening gown match with Pat Patterson. Little Steven gets a little French-Canadian in him. If Jeff Hardy's going to face Jay Leno in a steel chairs match, people are just jealous because I got skills.
Here's my issue. Is it worse to get beat by one midget or three? Little Steven in a beer drinking contest with Naomi. I have this big issue with people. I don't want to sound like an idiot.
Just kept it Rollins. Jimmy Hart,
Chirpway.
X-Pac against Lil Steven in a microphone on a pole match. Anything can happen. Like, wait, if you don't want it, then don't bark it.
We're three-man band. That's horrible. I don't want to make you look bad.
You're fired, sir. When you want to hear me mess up, they're in Radio Land. When you want to hear me not mess up, I did not know that. Wow. Wrestling with attitude. When you want your beer, awesome.
And welcome back to Wrestling with Attitude. I've got the Summit, Real Scott Ely. We're going to get straight into Raw and Smackdown review here. So let's jump right on into that.
Absolutely. And Raw wasn't bad. I mean, we'll get into it. I thought it was a pretty good Raw, actually. Smackdown, there was some good moments. I thought the ending of Raw was really good, but let me get into it once it opens up. But did anybody, I know you say you didn't watch Raw. Did you watch Raw?
Yeah. I liked it. I liked the ending.
What, Goldberg and...
No, that wasn't the ending.
That wasn't the ending?
That was like
Nope.
hour 2. And I'm glad it was hour 2 because I would not have wanted that. No, the ending was, he'll talk about it, but the ending was good. I liked it. That Goldberg segment, didn't really care for it. But
Goldberg?
No, but I felt Goldberg actually was better on the mic at that in that.
Was he able to pick up his kid?
No.
At least.
But, I think Brock Lesnar really did get annoyed because he told the fans to shut up. Like, he was getting mad. So.
Where they were in Buffalo.
Yeah.
When Brock Lesnar says shut up, you shut up.
Yeah.
You better.
That's exactly how it works.
Well, I'm trying to get put. Oh, they were. No, they were in Buffalo.
Yeah, they were
week,
in
right?
Buffalo. They're in Buffalo.
Because last
right.
week was Glasgow.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, they were in Buffalo.
Well, the beginning. You remember the beginning of Raw?
Yeah, the beginning of Raw.
That started with a promo.
Yeah, it started with a promo. But you know
It was
what? The
a short
promo
promo.
was real quick, dude. 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. A 5-minute promo, and then we got our first match.
All right, here we go.
I was like, wow. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, clap right into the microphone, by the way.
That's really, dude. Steven.
Yeah, just for you, Scott.
Thank you. Stephanie and Mick come out. Raw superstars that are in Survivor Series are on the stage. Reigns and Owens comes out. Or it's Reigns and Owens versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Owens and Reigns wins. Jericho and Strowman and Rollins backstage. Rollins got a scarf of Jericho. There's a scarf of Jericho now. Where do you get these things?
Right here.
No, that's a sock.
WWE is so hell-bent on pushing products that they have to make stupid things.
Yes, and number one on that list is James Ellsworth T-shirt for $24.99.
Yeah, if you're gonna say about stupid things, you made a T-shirt of a guy just with the face on.
I would rather
Hey, at least you
buy.
can wrestle, and
Hey,
not the Scarf of Jericho can't wrestle.
who can wrestle?
James Ellsworth.
When? Where? What country?
Do you not remember sweet no-chin music?
Yes, he missed.
or when he almost killed himself and AJ Styles had to save him.
somebody was asking if you're getting the shirt, by the way.
Anybody going to buy it for me?
No, yeah, exactly. You see?
Yeah, see, that's why we don't like you James
You see?
Ellsworth fans
Listen,
over here.
Next shirt I buy is a revival, by the way.
If
Yeah, of course,
that
of
is a good one.
course,
If
of course.
I was going to get a scarf, it would be that scarf of Jericho. I would
Why?
get a scarf for Jericho.
What? You're the anchor of the team? Is that
Yes,
why?
I'm anchor of the team.
Stupid idiot.
That was a great segment, all right? Say what you want. I love that segment. He gave a scarf to Rollins. He gave a scarf to Strowman. And Strowman said, I don't like scarves. I don't like you. He tore it up.
Blowman, no talk. Blowman can't
Hey,
talk.
it was good. He was actually a good segment for him.
What is he, the Hulk all of a sudden? Gosh.
Hulk talk better than
Yeah.
Blowman.
I would have really loved him to come out with the scarf, though.
Oh, and me
and then
too.
throw it out
Oh, me
into
too.
the
Kinda
crowd
like
and
Kevin
see
Owens
Jericho
did.
be like, "You stupid
Yeah.
idiot!
Yeah, he should've
That's
done
fine."
But they
great.
put him really well for Raw, I thought.
Yeah.
Dallas versus Zayn. Zayn wins. Whatever. Kendrick backstage with cruiserweights. So he was talking to them. New Day versus Strowman, Rollins, and Jericho. Strowman pins Woods. Rollins hits pedigree on Jericho. That was it for that segment. Yeah, it wasn't.
Do you
bad.
feel that they destroyed the New Day? I don't like that.
As they
I
should
don't
be
really.
destroyed.
No, but like,
I think they should be destroyed by other tag teams. If you
yeah,
don't
not
have
by
them destroyed.
Strowman. That just doesn't
Well-
make any. He took out all three members.
Well, you have to build Blowman up to be your big beast on the team.
Yeah, who you gonna put? Actually, he makes a good point. Who are you gonna put the three of them against on Raw? Who's another three-man?
yeah, at
group?
least at least he beat tag team champions, so it shows like, hey, look, he's beating champions.
If Drew
so.
McIntyre and Jinder Mahal are still with the company, they could be the three-man band against
Actually, I was thinking, why couldn't they kept?
them. Well, Jinder Mahal is back, isn't he?
Yeah, Jim Mahal's back. You could have done the
Two-man band. Everyone just a two-man band.
Put Rhino as McIntyre's replacement.
Oh my gosh, three-man band right there. He's the drummer. He's totally a drummer, dude.
Go ahead and play the music.
Oh, dude.
Play the segment.
What?
The dummy, yeah. Go ahead.
I don't like how he's telling me to play segments for
No,
myself.
you should get a new one, this stupid idiot.
That is the next one. I'm gonna put them together.
No, just do two different ones.
Oh,
then we
no,
have a
we'll-
dummy Yanni. You stupid idiot.
That's gonna be next. Don't worry. Then we have Mick and Stephanie backstage. Heyman comes out. Charlotte backstage with Sasha. Kendrick versus Sin Cara. Kendrick wins. Whatever. I mean, I'm so tired of Brian Kendrick. They've got so many better wrestlers. I was watching NXT this week with Cedric and Simeon. What's his name? Clemian or
The guy
Mexican
faced?
guy? Yeah. It was a good match.
God.
It was.
I can never
The
know
Mexican
his
wrestler.
I can never remember his name.
Who are you talking about?
Andos and he's got like a 3-part name.
Yeah.
I can never remember it.
The guy that's debuted. Anyway, it was a better match than the Sin Cara and Kendrick match was.
Oh. That worries me. It really does if that goes to the Cruiserweight. Or the Cruiserweight goes to SmackDown. That really
It
worries
doesn't
me.
to me, and we can talk about it.
Okay.
Let's talk about it after we talk about SmackDown. Lesnar and Goldberg comes out. Goldberg beats up the security. Lesnar leaves. Listen, I was the first one to say I thought the build-up for these two would be really great, and I've been wrong. I'll admit, I've been wrong. I thought it would be a better build-up than it has been.
It wasn't bad.
Part of the problem is this is the first time they fought each other. Or they were in the ring together. Excuse me, not even fighting each other.
Yeah.
And it's 6 days before the pay-per-view.
The fans are killing it. Like they're killing this feud. They're behind what? Aren't they behind Goldberg?
Yeah, that's why I'm
And they
confused.
should be behind Brock.
Why? Why should they be behind
Well,
Brock?
no, because Goldberg's the face.
Because Brock's
in this
supposed to
group.
be the heel. He's supposed to be the
Yeah.
beat.
But are they really building him as that nasty heel? They're not.
Your son should not watch this because I'm going to beat him. I'm going to beat you up. And your son is going to hate you. You're never going to be a superhero again. That's not a heel?
I think part of it is that they should have had.
No, because it's just Brock. Brock's in a different category.
Lesnar is a good
Right.
heel. Lesnar is a good heel. I think part of the issue is they went to Scotland 2 weeks before Survivor Series. Because
Yeah.
when you go overseas, it's tough. I mean, dude,
They
watch-
hijack,
I mean,
yeah.
they hijacked the show. Just like I talked about the Divas interaction the week before. None of the Divas could talk because they kept on interrupting Charlotte and say what you want about Charlotte. But I think we all agree she is a good talker on the mic.
Yeah. She is a good talker.
Yeah, her and Sasha are the two best women talkers
But
you got.
I mean, I think that's part of the reasons. And, Brock and Goldberg didn't go overseas. So there was no they played those stupid videos 2 weeks before.
Yeah, see, I don't like that. I really hate the promo things. But every Brock Lesnar rivalry we've had, there's always a freaking
That video promo of him
package. I hate
Because he's not there every week. Which,
Well, I don't. Then don't book him so much.
I believe.
Don't book him so much. You're getting paid $6 million a year to what? To build up 4 matches?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then don't book him. If he doesn't want to work, he says he could go back to UFC. Let him go back to UFC.
Listen, I don't have a problem with him being there. That's not the issue. I just think they need to book him for more than the week before the pay-per-view.
Absolutely.
Okay? At least start the build-up a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
This build-up for this match should have been
them both
sooner.
there. If they're getting paid, I'm sure Goldberg's getting paid a lot of money to be there.
He's probably getting paid 7 figures. I wouldn't be surprised.
And listen, I don't have a problem with that because he's gonna sell tickets.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that's going to sell the arena out.
Yeah, I mean, he's at least getting paid 6 figures. We all know that. At least. But I could see him getting paid 7 figures just because of his name. And he's going to sell T-shirts, and he's going to – this isn't the last match. We all know there's going to be a WrestleMania match.
Goldberg?
Yeah.
He said it's his
not
last match. He said
This might be his last
No,
one.
He said
you're
Brock
next
Lesnar, and you're last.
You're last. He didn't say that this was the last match between the two,
well,
though.
that means you're last. That's it.
Listen,
yeah.
he also injured his shoulder during this match, during this promo.
Yeah, pushing security guards.
So if he got injured doing that, and all
God.
he wants to do is have his son see him one last time fight.
Yeah.
Now, if this match goes well, then maybe a second match.
I don't
but
see it
I
going
don't
well.
see it either. I told you from the beginning, I thought the build-up would be great. The match is going to be horrible. If anybody in their mind thinks the match is going to be great, you're out your mind. You're crazy.
I agree.
Well, we thought the same thing with Orton, and
What?
nothing happened.
No, we thought the match would be better
thought
because
it would be
Orton
Well,
can go.
We don't know because since he got busted open.
Right, but we at least knew the match with them would be good because Orton can sell anything better than Cena. But, they didn't even give him 5 seconds to do anything. He was done.
He got one punch, and then boom. That was it, man.
But anyway, that was the Goldberg and Lesnar little bit thing. Then what?
No, move on.
Sasha and Charlotte versus Nia and Fox.
Oh, yeah.
John Cena does sell more tickets. We all know that. I mean,
of course.
So who's the coach for the women of Raw?
We don't have a coach.
We don't.
So how come they
one.
have 6?
Who?
They have 6 women. They invaded SmackDown. There were 6 of them because it was 6 on 6.
They have Dana
Brooke, but she's not the coach. She's the
mascot or
trainer
whatever.
or
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
Why are they doing that? I'm getting really tired of this. Then why couldn't
get
you
on
just
TV.
book a Natalya versus Dana Brooke match? Why couldn't you just book the women to do something else? I'm just saying, that really gets me. Like Ellsworth being a mascot. Why does he need to be a mascot? Put him in a match.
Because people want to see him.
No, they don't. Who wants to see him?
I want to see. I'd rather see James
What?
Ellsworth over Goldberg.
Are you serious? No. No way will I want to see James Ellsworth. I said it last week on the show. I still don't. No, he does not to be in the damn match. The guy is horrible. He is the worst thing to ever happen to this
Yeah,
business.
listen to him. Goldberg is the worst thing.
No, I'm
ever
talking about Ellsworth.
Oh.
And you can't say he wants to be in a match. Oh, my God, he is horrible. The WWE, there was Christian could wrestle. This guy has no
Christian can't
talent
anymore.
whatsoever. No, I'm talking about just what Candlelight said was Christian. Come on, dude. But really? Listen, Ellsworth cannot sell anything. He can't do any wrestling moves. You buy him a ticket to go to Scotland, but you let go of a guy named Cody Rhodes who can go.
Well,
you
he
let
quit.
guy of other.
Yeah.
But my point is, you're paying this guy who's an independent guy who, after he gets done, after his 3 weeks of fame, he's going to some little rundown gym in North Carolina and sell out 50 people will be there to see him.
But
he's going to make money off of this. You want to talk about the biggest robbery in America? That's the biggest robbery in America.
But
see what
that-
you did?
for that little guy.
But that helps indie wrestling. That
How
helps
does
people
it
go see
help indie wrestling? How does it help it? You want to know what helps indie wrestling? When a guy named Cedric Alexander goes to WWE, makes something himself, and he comes back to Charlotte, North Carolina, and he puts on a show.
Because-
that's good wrestling.
Because he's
James Ellsworth does nothing.
It's the
because what
name.
he's gonna do, he's gonna go into a match on independent scene, get beat in 5 seconds, and leave.
He actually
No.
doesn't wrestle in the independents. He actually runs the wrestling promotion. He only wrestles maybe 50 times, 100 times.
There's a reason that he doesn't wrestle that much. He's horrible. I still don't know why he's. The only reason he's even on TV is because AJ Styles.
Scott, I have to
Worked
agree
out
with
him.
him.
And-
He actually, like, you can't tell me that Ellsworth is a great, like, you can't tell me a guy that almost injured himself off a move.
Off of one move.
Off of one move. If AJ was not a good wrestler, that guy could have been.
I didn't say he was great.
No,
I
but
didn't
I'm
say.
not even
So
good.
why did I say he was great?
No, but
You
I'm
didn't
just
say
saying.
I think he's great.
You'd rather
right
watch
now.
him than Goldberg. You said that.
No, it's not even
I
close.
think he's great right now as the mascot, as Dean's buddy,
Why? Why? He doesn't need anybody to be his
because
buddy.
he's the regular, normal, everyday guy. They
He's
could have picked him.
not.
They could have picked him out of like Santina. He's not muscular. He
And
doesn't talk
You know
well.
what? I hated
Yeah.
Santino. I hated the whole gimmick because
Yeah.
it's stupid. It's stupid. There's a you don't put some guy like this in the ring. It's like Zach Gowen years ago. You don't put Zach Gowen against Hulk Hogan. You don't do it. You waste money by spending on guys like this.
But they're not
That's
wasting.
the
If they're
problem.
paying him $500 to be on, what are they spending on Goldberg?
I would rather spend $1 million on Goldberg than $500 on Ellsworth.
Does Goldberg
Because
even
guess
have his own
what?
shirts?
It does. Yes, he's got shirts. He's got sweaters.
'Cause I didn't
You
know
know
he-
what
if he
else
had
he's
his
going to
shirts
do?
yet.
They also added a collection to WWE Network. He's going to do other things. Ellsworth is going to have this little gimmick. I would rather. You know how much more money they will make off of Goldberg compared to Ellsworth? A lot.
I mean, I agree with that, but I'm just saying, as of right now, I'm not going to be thrilled at what Goldberg does. He's going to get his ass kicked by Lesnar,
Yeah.
and he's going to win from some stupid reason.
But
Something's going to happen. At least Ellsworth's going to be entertaining in the Survivor
He's
Series.
not entertaining whatsoever. Every time I see him on TV, I want to skip because I'm so tired. It was funny the first 3 weeks. A jobber only works for a little while. This guy has carried this on, and it's ridiculous. I'm just saying, and do you sit here and say, well, it's good for indie wrestling? No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
It brings, if he comes to Charlotte,
he's not.
if he came to Charlotte, like some indie promotion books, like PWX, like nobody like that cares about in-ring wrestling, but people that don't care about it be like, WWE's James Ellsworth. Let me go see. He
I'm
was
not
in WWE.
going. I'm not buying a ticket to go see James
It's
Ellsworth.
the name.
He's
the
no
name.
name
It's
because
the-
he's nothing. He is ridiculous. It's ridiculous we ever spend 5 minutes talking about him.
No, I'm saying it's the name. When you put WWE's insert name wherever, it's gonna get a couple different. It's gonna get different fans that come in.
You know how
Not
many
the
other
hardcore.
WWE stars that have come and gone? Let me begin the
Rhodes.
list. No, Cody Rhodes is entirely different than this guy.
Damian Sandow.
Entirely different. I'm talking about Justin Gabriel. All right? I'm talking about the guy they just brought back, Kurt Hawkins. Woohoo! He's come back. He's nothing. That doesn't. Yes, it is. Because I'm sick and tired of seeing James Ellsworth on TV. It is the worst mistake in WWE. But you go to see indie wrestling, you want to go see Cedric, you want to go see other people that can put on a show. You don't want to go see, it reminds me of $5 wrestling, is what it reminds me of. Anyway.
Okay, I didn't say in ring. I said he doesn't even have to be in ring. If you put him on a card, if you put him on the poster, see WWE's, people are going to go see it. They do it here with Bobby Lashley. They do it here with.
That's entirely different, though, what you're saying, though. You're saying Bobby Lashley. That's a world champion. I can get
That was
behind
garbage.
that. He was a world champion at least.
Because
I can go see him. But no, James Ellsworth is not going to sell out some arena.
I didn't say sell it. I said sell a couple tickets. It gets different fans involved because they see WWE.
He's not WWE because here's the thing. I would go see Kurt Angle, because he's coming up in Charlotte, right? No, Shelby. He's coming up Shelby, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
That is a guy I'll go see independent scene when he's here. I'm not paying $5 to go see James Ellsworth do something. I don't want to see him on TV. That's my point. And there's a lot of people that think like me that they don't care. There's some people that think like you. Fine. He's a $5 wrestler that you don't want to go watch.
I like him on TV. I like him as a mascot.
I'd rather have somebody else on TV. If you don't spend money, spend money on something else. There's other talent that bring up the Ty Dillinger. Bring up him and let him be the mascot for the team. That would be funnier. That would be better.
I do agree with him. Well, one thing is this, and I'll speak my piece, and we gotta move on.
No, I know.
Is James? Like I get what you're saying. He was a nobody. They brought him out of the crowd, kind of thing. You know, he was a jobber, and they brought him up. But they could have done that with an NXT guy and done the same thing. I like them using their in-ring people. Why do you have to go out and get somebody? There's no reason for that. You pay all this money for the Performance Center. You pay all this money to teach people how to wrestle, and then you go out and get a guy that's never wrestled in a WWE ring. I don't like that.
But the thing is, though, with the Blowman things, they didn't use NXT guys. They wanted to use guys that nobody had heard of, so to make him over.
Here's a better guy. I would even go with John Schuyler. As much as I don't like John Schuyler.
Oh, I hate him.
I don't like John Schuyler. But at least he's been in NXT. Yes, he's an independent guy here. I still wouldn't care. But
he works with WWE.
Right.
He does a lot of house shows.
They didn't do it with Strowman. They used guys that nobody heard of. Local guys.
Strowman actually was in the Performance Center before.
No, I'm saying when they repackaged Blowman. Sorry, I actually call him by his real name.
Shut up.
Strowman's good, man. Believe it or not, he's starting to come around.
Anyway, when they repackage him as this unbeatable monster, they use guys that nobody's ever heard of. They put. That's what I'm saying. WWE did that.
But I'm okay with the jobber thing of, like, for a match. I don't like that idea. No, I don't. But there's a difference between doing a jobber for a match and then giving him 3 months.
But the fans,
line.
Apparently the fans were over with him enough to keep bringing him back.
You know who else they're over with? Daniel Bryan at Yes Chant. Does anybody really like it? No. Not anymore.
We don't.
We don't.
People did.
I get it.
What else?
I just really wish they would have had in, like, I really wish instead of bringing any of those jobbers in, you bring up performance guys that are good enough in wrestling but haven't debuted yet in NXT. Yep. Use them. Why not? I don't understand why not.
WWE.
I don't get that.
Here's another comparison. Somebody can come out and say Sparkle Crotch. They like that. Does that make it good? Does that make
I actually
it good?
find it entertaining.
No, it's entertaining.
Same thing when they all just say Goldberg the whole time.
Right.
Half of those people don't even like Goldberg. Right. They're just chanting his name because they got something to chant.
Yeah. But, Scott, you know as well as I do, if you go to Europe, everybody's going to like you over there. I mean, dude, they were chanting Ellsworth
Scott, they
forever.
love you.
Not you, but seriously.
They'll love you, Scott.
All right, let's move on. Yeah. Sasha and Charlotte versus Nia and Fox. Sasha makes Fox submit. Why Fox is still employed, I don't know. Mick and Stephanie backstage
she's
at Team Raw. Enzo and Kaz and Anderson Gallows versus Shining Stars and Golden Truth. Anderson Gallows wins.
Do you think they could have just got
cluster of the tag
Dana
team
Brooke?
division?
Well, why didn't they just put Dana Brooke in there instead of Alicia Fox? What was the point?
It made
of that?
more sense to me.
What was the point?
Because
of that?
she's dating somebody in creative and they can't do that.
No, she still got a contract. So you got.
I thought it was just because they wanted to put three faces, 2 heels. I thought they were just trying to.
I think the reason they put her in it is because they want a veteran to be with the team.
But she sucks.
She's not a veteran to me.
Well, she is, but she sucks.
She does suck, but she's been around 9-10 years, so they want.
I would rather Paige or Summer Rae to be in it other than Alicia Fox.
Paige you won't see.
No, I know. You won't see her, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, but no.
She's still employed, though. She's still on the active roster list if you actually look at it.
Until her suspension's over, then she'll be.
Then we had Enzo. And, speaking of Anderson, Gallows wins. Speaking of somebody else unemployed, Golden Truth. Why?
I agree.
Why?
I love them.
Why?
You want it? You got it? The Golden Truth.
I'm done.
But, yeah, I'm done with them. I was done with them after 3 weeks.
The only reason it's starting to get stale with them, you should have pushed them after this whole thing. Like
You should have, but
no, you should have pushed because you should have pushed them before the brand split, and you didn't. You had a perfect opportunity to push them. They didn't have to make it to the championship, but you could have at least put them in matches to qualify for championship.
Or give them the titles for like a pay-per-view run.
Thank you. I'm sorry, you did it to Slino. You let Rhino and Slater be champions. Why can't Golden Truth be champions? They got kids. They got people.
They don't have 7 kids though.
I don't know. Have you met R-Truth?
R-Truth's got a lot of kids.
He's got a 3-year-old and a 22-year-old. I'm just saying.
Well, he is 50.
Yeah, but I'm just. Did you really just say that? Shut up. Anyways, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, why couldn't they get a run?
I don't know.
I mean, Goldust is still great
It's
in the ring. I don't care what you say.
He is.
Goldust. What do you mean? What?
Dustin Reynolds, for somebody who's almost 50, can still move in the ring.
Came back as Goldust with his brother, and apparently greatest evolution ever. Because he can still wrestle in the ring.
Greatest evolution.
Like, he evolved his character from Goldust in the 90s, and then Goldust in 2000, what was it, like 11 when he came back?
Wow, it's better than Sting's
12,
evolution.
13.
Well, Sting's evolution, I don't, yeah,
better
whatever.
than the Undertaker's revolution.
You call that an evolution?
Baylor.
Oh, look,
Jericho.
I went to a biker. Ring, ring. Hey,
That was pretty bad, yeah.
That's it.
All right.
All right, I'm just saying.
So-
but you see what I'm saying? Like, he can still wrestle.
Then we have Stephanie and Mick in the ring.
I thought you were about to say Mickey.
Brian and Shane comes out. Stephanie was right about Shane being in the match. Did you hear what she said? Well, actually, get done reading it. Shane brings out Team SmackDown. Styles said Kevin is stuck on Jericho sugar blank tit. Brawl breaks out. Rollins and Reigns cleans house. Then that's the end of the show. Listen, the end of the show was great. What Stephanie said about Shane is 100% correct. He's ego driven. What else did she say? She said that everything is about him, and it is. That is my problem with SmackDown.
He didn't name himself as the wrestler. The fifth, it was
You
Daniel
have
Bryan.
all these other people you could put on SmackDown, and you put Shane on it. That's my problem with Daniel Bryan. At least with Stephanie and Mick, you expect it, right?
Well, if Mick was 100% cleared, he would be in that match.
No, he
guaranteed. They
would
would
not.
put. They
He
would.
would.
They
You know
would.
what?
They
But
would
he's
have put
not.
him.
Yeah.
But we expect it from them. They don't come out every week and say it's about the wrestlers. It's about everybody else.
Scott,
and then say, let's put ourselves in the match.
Well,
I actually disagree with you on that because Mick actually, if you actually listen to his documentary and everything else, he actually wanted to go away. Vince kept calling him back like, hey, do you want to do one more match? You want to do one more match? You want to do this? He didn't actually want to do this. He got called to do this because they were doing Holy Foley and all that other stuff, and they asked him to be to be manager. He didn't want to do it because he said, I don't think I could be a good manager. I think that time's over.
and he hasn't been.
But that's my problem with SmackDown, though, is you sit here and say it's about the wrestlers, but every single week.
Well,
you put yourself in matches. You put yourself in front of the camera. We expect it from Stephanie and Mick because that's what they've always done. So they don't come out and tell you it's about everybody else and then take the time away from everybody.
Well, of course, Daniel Bryan's going to do it because Daniel Bryan really wants to
Well,
wrestle.
you can blame Baron Corbin then
Why
for
not?
getting fake injured.
Oh, that was the worst injury of all time, by the way.
Wait till we get to the Kalisto match because that was botched on purpose. So you want to talk about that? I mean, are we using botches as actual injuries now? Because that is wrong.
Yeah. And
that is wrong.
It's Kalisto too, so.
Yeah.
No, but what was I going to say?
But I you know what?
Talking Smack.
I'll save it for later.
Okay, Talking Smack 2 weeks ago. He was joking about, who's Raw going to bring? Someone back from the Attitude Era? Or going to bring back somebody that hasn't wrestled in 10 years? And then he brings Shane.
But the thing is, though, Shane can still be decent in the ring.
And that's fine.
And he can sell like a champ.
But would you not have rather seen Apollo Crews? Would you rather not have seen
No,
The
because
Miz?
they don't put...
Would you rather not have seen Dolph Ziggler?
Well, you can't put The Miz in because he's got his title match.
But Scott,
before
the
that, though.
point is, you can't sit there and say it's about the wrestlers and everybody else, and then take it away from other people and put yourself.
Hey,
in.
I like it.
You
Their
can't
boss
do
is
that.
going in and fighting
Really?
for their honor.
Really?
You can put it that way.
No, what it should have
on,
been,
dude.
he should have been
Really?
the coach. If you were going to do it right, he could have been on the sidelines. I would have been fine with that. As the manager, fine.
Yeah,
Why has he got to be in the
I've
match?
got a better option for you. Somebody just lost on SmackDown. Why not put Ziggler into 5 instead of Shane McMahon? Makes more sense to me because who beat Stephanie last year at Survivor Series? It was Ziggler. Why not?
Yeah,
That
so
would make more sense.
Have Shane fake an injury and be like,
Because-
"Oh, my
Well, no,
knee."
Who knows? Maybe that could have happened.
It could.
But
Or
why
he
did-
gets attacked like behind the scenes or something, and they have to have a last second fill in.
And I would love that. If they do that, oh my gosh, I would love
But
that.
when do we stop? I mean, no one still ain't answered my question. Why is it every week?
But you
they
know why.
say why?
But
Tell me why.
you know why he's in the match.
Why?
You said it yourself. What do they think looking forward to for WrestleMania? I would not be surprised if Brock Lesnar or Heyman of some sort has something to do with SmackDown, cost Shane, or lead up to Shane being beat up by Brock Lesnar or something.
And that would be great because
I really
Shane
think
shouldn't
something
be in
like
the
that's
match.
going to happen, but I don't because the Brock Lesnar and Goldberg match is the last match. Brock Lesnar ain't going to come out before his match.
No, because he only shows up for his
No.
match, and that's it.
No,
Please don't let that happen.
no, but I would be okay with that if that happened. Like I really think the 5-on-5 should be the last match. I'm sorry, you're pushing these brands. These brands should be your main event.
It should be.
Not Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. That should be your second main event. You could have done it as a 2 main event. So you did Hell in a Cell as a 3 main event. So I don't want to hear it.
All right, well, let's get SmackDown real fast. 900 episodes from Wilkesboro, Pennsylvania.
900.
Yeah, it was great. Shane comes out, Brian comes out, the IC title match. Miz versus Ziggler, Spirit Squad comes out. The Miz wins the match for the 6th time.
Great
His
match, by
IC
the way.
Title.
That
Yeah,
was
it
a
was a good match.
Great match. Except
good
Spirit
match.
Squad didn't have to come out. Why?
Yeah, they didn't.
Why?
Okay,
They didn't
he's
need
a
to.
heel. He has to win as a heel. That's why Maurice.
He has Maurice.
He's got Maurice. He didn't
He
need
didn't
him
need
to come
to.
out.
Again, the heel champ. If you're going to win the championship as a heel, you have to win it like a heel. You have to have interference, and then the interference is gone, and then Maurice with the push.
Once again, though, why do you have to have the Spirit Squad come out?
By
Have
the way,
Maurice do it.
That's his stable.
No, that's not a stable. That's
That's his stable. That's his stable. That's his
explain to
guy.
me how the Miz and Spirit Squad fit together. Not even
Don't ask
any.
me.
And how the heck
Creative's
is-
the
I'm
one that
just
put him
saying.
there?
How the heck is Spirit Squad a stable? Which, by the way, your new New York WC or NYWC champions. By the way, in another promotion, and they're also going to be on SmackDown. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, they always talk about all the time. Oh, we don't want to have indie wrestlers hold other belts while they're on the show. So why is that allowed?
But they're not holding the belts on the show. Nobody's going to know.
That would be
they're in
kind of
another
funny if
promotion.
they did that. I would love
But
to
the thing
see
is,
that. Them holding the
hey,
tag team belts.
Creative put the Spirit Squad with the Miz.
You're right.
So they're with the Miz. They're his little stable. They're going to help him out until they leave.
It made sense when he was facing Ziggler, but
Yeah.
now are we going to drag Ziggler and Miz on for forever
Well,
now?
you're going to have to because you've built nobody up in the mid card for SmackDown.
Well, that's the problem, though, is what we're saying is like you could involve somebody else that's a heel. You could have had Corbin or somebody else help the Miz win.
Well, because
and
you
wouldn't
have him with Kalisto.
Right, but
Yeah.
my point is you don't have to have the Spirit Squad in this match.
because now what's going to happen? Ziggler versus the Spirit Squad at TLC. Like, I mean, I would hate that, but I see it coming.
I'm glad the Miz won, but I don't know how long he'll hold it. And I'm worried about, like you were saying, there's no depth in the mid card because you buried everybody. There's nobody doing anything.
Well, they didn't bury it. They haven't
did.
had
They buried
matches.
it. Well, no, Baron Corbin had a match, but you had to fake an injury. to get
Apollo
him off the
Crews, they
team.
buried him.
Apollo Crews,
I
you
agree with
buried.
that. I mean,
I
don't
mean,
know
they
about
Apollo
did
Crews would have
bury
been a great IC champ, though. I would have loved to
not
see
yet.
him.
Not yet.
No,
Miz,
but-
Miz is carrying that mid card
But
you have to
But
keep
I'm
it
saying
on him.
keep him in the title.
But you shouldn't even had
run.
the Miz go.
Keep him in the hunt.
You shouldn't have had the Miz go against Apollo Crews. You shouldn't have him go against him.
But
because you have him lose so fast.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. But anyway, moving on. Bliss backstage with Brian. Natalya comes in. And then we got Oni Lorcan versus Kalisto. Kalisto wins. Let's move on.
Yeah.
I know.
Team SmackDown. What?
No, just because, like what we said earlier,
What,
jobbers.
jobber?
Yeah.
Listen,
Actually, no, he's not a jobber. He's NXT.
He is
See,
NXT.
so why couldn't they do that?
But listen.
Hey, Raw's the one that
Listen.
does it. SmackDown
Listen.
got the NXT
That's
guys.
not true, dude. SmackDown does it just as much as anybody else. Why?
But
Here's
Raw,
my thing.
Raw uses a no-name jobbers.
No, they
With
last
Nia?
couple times they used with Nia. Of course, this is
And
a women's
Strowman?
tag team. No, they haven't. They used Peyton Royce one week. They've used different people.
When did they use
used
Peyton
Yeah, I was getting
They used Peyton one week on Raw. It's
What?
been a while. They did
like a week or two ago.
No, it's
when I
been
had
a
him on?
while. Is my point. I don't know exact date. I just know she was on the show at some point. But my thing is, listen, use the jobber. That's fine, but don't put the jobber in the main event of something great.
Okay, move on.
I am. Thank you. Team SmackDown tag teams backstage. King Booker comes out. The Fashion Police come out. Listen.
Really? You have a problem with this?
At least they're using them, but they're stupid. It's
Which
stupid.
part? The Fashion Police?
Yeah, the Fashion
Yes.
Police. Like, at least they're using Breezango, but it's stupid
Oh.
the way
The
they're using
Fashion
him.
Police. The best you could do.
It's better than not having them on the show
really
at
don't
all.
come
Next,
out
Billy and Chuck.
Oh, they are Billy and Chuck. They're not the next Billy and Chuck. Just bring back bring back Rico.
So
Can we
the
get Rico
the
back?
Vaudevillains can't be on the SmackDown
Well, hold on.
tag team.
Let
but
me get to it because I get to the match yet. I'm gonna talk about the Vaudevillains. Nikki versus Carmella. Charlotte comes down through the crowd. Raw Women's comes out. SmackDown Women team comes out. Brawl breaks out. I did like that. That was good for the two of them to fight. I am looking forward to that.
I like the match besides Nikki no-selling her. Hey, Carmella's going to work on your neck for 10 minutes, but I'm going to no-sell.
By the way, your girl needs to work on her extensions in her hair. I don't know if you noticed, but when they show the hair and stuff, you can see like the paper, like she has like extensions.
Right.
I'm guessing you can see the paper and stuff. Like
I know, Mr. Candlelight, nobody cares for Carmella.
You shut your mouth. Mike.
you, I don't even think you really said that.
No, he did say that. Then we have SmackDown Tag Team versus the Ascension, Headbangers, Spirit Squad, and Vaudevillains.
Yeah!
SmackDown wins. Here you go, Scott. Go ahead. Talk about the Vaudevillains.
I didn't even watch the match. I quit after because what I was watching on.
I can't believe
The
Vaudevillains
website.
are on the
Kickoff?
the outcasts of the SmackDown with the Headbangers. At least the Vaudevillains actually have a.
I would rather
I'm sorry,
see them.
They're good
Yeah.
in the ring at least.
are
They're,
good in the ring.
better than Breezango.
I would rather see Vaudevillains than half of these tag teams.
One of them
Wait.
must have done something behind
Well,
behind closed
Simon
doors.
Gotch is the one that got in the fight
No, it's-
backstage.
Right. I know
over a
offense.
month ago.
Well, so did Sin Cara, who's getting ready to come to SmackDown.
Yeah, and he's like
But-
getting promoted.
but then you have. I would rather see, honestly, I'd rather see the Vaudevillains than Slano.
Well, no, because they're the champions. They have to captain it.
Like I said, I'd rather see the Vaudevillains than the tag team champions because I ain't seen them do anything in the past month.
I'd love to see the Vaudevillains take those belts.
Yeah.
I really would.
I would love it too, but it's not going to happen.
Because I'd love them over the Usos. Because no offense, I get
Usos
it.
suck.
I think the Usos need to go away for a minute, come back as heels later, take it from a face, boom.
And
be
then
good.
the last of the show, Edge comes out for the cutting edge. Team SmackDown comes out. The Undertaker comes out and says something about where it started. So, does he does he get into the match? Personally, if you're going to do anything, take Shane out of the match, put Undertaker in.
I'd rather see
But-
Shane wrestle than the Undertaker,
No,
honestly.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. Here's why. I would rather this be it for the Undertaker. Let this be. But the problem is they didn't do any build up for it, so they won't do it.
Well-
but to me, I'd rather see the Undertaker one more time. Let him go away after because
But the thing is he going to be a regular on SmackDown? Because
But did
if
you
they
hear-
lose,
yeah.
yeah.
Right. He
But
said
did
he's
you
gonna
hear
come
what
back.
he
That's the
said?
thing.
Yeah.
No, he said, so
I'm
I
back.
don't know what that means if he's going to be back every week.
Yeah.
You
Because
know,
he said
which
no
we
more
hope not.
defying WrestleMania. He said, "I'm done letting WrestleMania defy me."
Right.
So I was like, "What is that? Are you a SmackDown regular now? Like, what's going on?"
I guess we'll see.
I hope so. Let go of
I'd be
Ellsworth
okay-
and pay him.
No, I'd be okay with Undertaker being there, but it depends on what he does. Is what I'm saying. Like, he better if he's actually going to be there to help make people. Okay, I don't think he will though. I don't think he'll help make people.
Well, I mean, is he going to be the next challenger for AJ Styles?
I hope not.
Do we really want to see that? Do we really want to see Undertaker get? Because he'll win. You know, really? Why?
Kind of.
Why? Just
Honestly-
because Phenomenal versus the Phenom?
Honestly, I'd rather see this at TLC than him and Ambrose. And here's why.
Why?
Because, you know, it'd be a table, ladders, chairs. Well, no, this is Ambrose's kind of match. You need to have him in this match.
Yeah.
But in a specialty match, the Undertaker, AJ can make it work. I mean, you know, he will sell it. There's a few stars on the roster that could sell the Undertaker. He's one of the few. Him and Rollins, maybe, and maybe Owens.
He's got a point on that. I could see AJ selling.
I
the
agree, but
Undertaker.
then are you going to take the title away from AJ and put it on the Undertaker?
No,
No,
that's
no,
that. Would
no,
I
no.
wouldn't want to see that.
I agree. You don't take the title away from him.
But then again, I could see
I could
Vince
see a
going,
match.
well, I get Undertaker once, one more, we'll give it to him. Like I could see Vince letting him
Now,
do that,
if he's
right
on-
into the sunset.
Now,
that
if he's
could be
going to
it.
keep it for a month and lose it, maybe.
Well, then don't
I don't want that.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want. I want AJ to keep that title going for as long as he can.
Well, to me, I agree. I think he beats the Undertaker, and then he's like, I beat John Cena, I beat Ambrose many times, and then I beat the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Who you got?
And you can have him win by cheating. I don't care. AJ has to win a little bit by cheating because he is a heel. Say what you want, he's a heel.
Right.
It'd be better if they had the club with him to win by cheating.
No, but that's what. Well,
The
but that's
club
the thing.
against the Brothers of Destruction.
They've been talking. I don't know if you guys have been listening, but they have been talking about actually doing some trades. Why not have the club go to SmackDown?
Where
Why?
they're better
Should.
utilized.
Well, no, that's where they
And
should
then,
win
and then
anyway.
bring one of the tag teams. Hell,
You can have
bring
the
the
Ascension.
Vaudevillains to freaking
No, you
Raw.
can have the Ascension.
No.
You can have the Usos. No, you can have
No.
the Usos.
I would have rather you said
No.
Headbangers.
I would, though, the tag team, if you're going to put on Raw, should be the Revival. If you're going to put one there, because here's one, and let me tell you one, is because think about it. At the next big pay-per-view where both teams are against each other, you could do the America Alphas versus the Revivals.
You really could.
You
do
could do
that.
the build-up would be. I mean, no offense. Yes, on SmackDown would be good, but I'm thinking if they went to Raw, you could let them two fight each other at the big pay-per-views.
But again, who are they going to go against at Raw? It's going to make them
really,
Enzo
Anderson
and
Gallows. If they
If
unless
they,
you move them,
if they stay, if
you
stay on
move
Raw,
them,
I would love to
Enzo
see
and
it.
Kaz will be fine. You know who else we got?
New Day actually
New
wouldn't
Day.
be that bad.
No,
against
because
them.
New Day kills tag teams. They
Well, no.
absolutely kill
WWE.
tag
They
teams
killed
that go-
one tag team.
WWE Creative has killed tag teams on Raw.
The best friends, Jericho and Owens. I'm kidding. I'm not counting them as a tag team. No, but
No, I agree, but it just depends who you're going to put them with. If it's going to be
Yeah.
Enzo and Cass or the club, maybe, but they're not going to do that.
I think no matter who you put the rival with, they're gonna be good.
The Shining
and don't
Stars.
forget, at some point, you're probably being DIY up or something. Yeah,
Oh, you're
I
gonna
mean,
bring DIY,
You'll
yeah.
get
But it'll
rid
be
of the
se- I
Shining
think it'll be
Stars.
separate, though. If they come up, it'll be separate.
Maybe, probably. They'll probably go to SmackDown. But
Really?
We'll see.
They're better individual, I think, tag team.
I think they're great as
They're
a
a
tag
really
team.
good tag team.
I agree they are, but I think they're a lot better. Ciampa,
They're good.
They are.
They're good.
The issue
Gargano.
is you're going to put them in the cruiserweight if you put them.
I'm fine with that.
I'm not fine with that because I think
here-
Ciampa could be he could be an ICUS guy right off the bat.
I think DIY could be better tag teams than they would be single wrestlers because I think they could win the tag team belt on Raw or SmackDown a couple times.
Yeah.
They're not going to get past the Cruiserweight title. And no offense, the tag team title is more important than the Cruiserweight.
Depends. Depends on how you look at
Yeah.
it.
Where?
But I believe the cruiserweight.
Cruiserweight title right now is more important than the tag
No,
team
I
title.
believe that they're
Raw?
at the same.
Yeah.
on SmackDown too?
Yeah, because New Day rarely defends it on Raw.
Okay, and when's the last time
Slino defended it.
Last
A month ago.
pay-per-view.
Yeah, last pay-per-view.
Okay, a month ago.
New Day didn't
My
defend the last
point-
pay-per-view, did
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, they did.
My point is,
Well, maybe it was the other one they didn't.
they don't use the tag team belts that much either.
No, they don't use it the right way they should. They don't make depth. You're right.
Yeah, Nobar Dar, I really like him. CWC.
Oh, I can't wait
champion.
for him, man.
But anyway, you done with this one?
Yeah, you want to go into picks?
Yeah, if we got time, unless you want to start
Well,
another segment.
Nah, let's do it real
All
quick.
right, let's go then. The first match of the night is the IC title match. We won't talk about it. That would probably lead off the show. I'll be
think so?
surprised. What else you want to lead off with? Well, maybe the women's title?
Tag team or the women's. Yeah.
All right.
Tag team or the
Tag
women's.
team would be fun. All right, well, the first match we'll talk about is...
Oh, the cruiserweight.
How many we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches right now. They'll probably add some more.
You don't think they'll do the cruiserweight first? I could see them starting it off with the cruiserweight.
I can't see that.
No.
Because it's Kendrick and Kalisto.
Yeah. I wouldn't lead that off.
Actually, I think they're going to lead off one of the 5-on-5s just because it is Survivor Series.
If you're
I see them
going to
doing it.
start the show, the IC match, the tag team match, that's it. One of those two. I wouldn't even do the women's yet. I would do one of those two first. Because it would be a really good match, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't want them, but I feel the tag team match might take longer because
And-
it's an elimination.
And Zayn.
Match.
They're
Zayn-
all going to be 40-minute matches at
right.
least.
But
Yeah.
and Zayn is from Canada, supposedly.
Ooh.
He is French-Canadian.
He's French,
Just like
but
Kevin
he's
Owens,
but
the
he's
worst
actually he's actually Middle Eastern.
Why do you hate the French Canadians?
Everybody,
What's wrong
even,
with French
even
Canadians?
Canadians hate
French Canada.
even my Canadian friends hate Quebec. People from Quebec
Uh-oh.
because they're like the Texas of they are the Texas of Canada because they want to be their own country.
Come on, Mr. Canlight, get on him. Who's the racist today?
French Canadian, you just made the list.
Scott, French Canadian. How do you hate French Canadians?
Because they're French Canadians.
Play the music.
Because they're from Quebec, Montreal,
Do you not have
Quebec,
What's
Canada.
wrong with Quebec?
It's Quebec.
You want me to play the Raju Brothers?
Yes,
Really?
yes.
Okay, anyway, can we start our picks?
Yeah, I'll play that out.
I can't believe you picking on them. Quebecers one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
I can't believe you brought that
Yes,
up.
I like the Quebecers.
You
Jocko
would.
Joe.
The Rougeau
All right,
brothers?
Yes. Ragu.
I know, get it right at least. You're going to say them, man.
All right, I'm going to give Scott a check mark beside his name.
The list of gayness.
You
Come
get
on.
a check mark.
You get a check mark.
Okay.
All right, the IC belt.
Steven, you're leading
Steven.
us off.
Actually, no, you're leading
No,
us off.
I'm champ, dude.
Yeah, he
I'm
goes
Oh,
second.
that's right.
He
Okay.
goes second, I go last.
You go first, man.
So
Let's do
IC
it.
title match?
IC title.
IC
You got
title
Miz or Zayn?
Miz.
All right. Okay. I put him there. Got it.
What you do? Are you doing this?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you're scaring me.
What
All
do
right,
you
last
got?
time you messed up because you put my name in the wrong spot.
No.
You did. All right, who you got? You go second.
Do we see the IC belt come to Raw? I say no. I'm gonna go with Scott over here. I'm staying with the Miz. I'm staying strong on this one.
Go ahead and put me down, Miz.
Yeah.
We were thinking, I could see him going to
But
Raw.
do you want that though?
Yes.
I feel that ruins.
Yes.
But that'll ruin Miz.
No, I don't think
No,
so.
I don't think so.
If they keep him like he is, he'll be fine.
Let him go to Raw. Get him away from Daniel Bryan because Daniel Bryan and him is not having a match. I know they keep building it for it, but I don't think he's having a match or anything. So, because he's not healthy, I'm gonna go with the Miz though.
Okay.
I think he works his way over to Raw, and maybe you put the U.S. belt on SmackDown if you have to.
You know what? I would love the U.S. belt on SmackDown. I think they could do so much more with the U.S. belt.
Who's the U.S. champ?
You have John Cena on there. You got everyone else, and I think Rusev.
Reigns is champ though.
Rusev and
Yeah.
Reigns have killed that belt, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, their last match was good, but the problem is the next night you did nothing with the belt.
Yeah, it was good for them, though. It wasn't good. It was just good for them.
Yeah.
We watched the cage match, and I thought the Hell in a Cell match was good for them. It wasn't one of the top 10
What's the
matches
next
all
match?
Cruiserweight?
I don't know. I was talking.
You want to do Cruiserweight?
No. Cruiserweight title, Kendrick versus Ever Who. I'm going to go with Kendrick.
Kalisto for me was
Okay.
my first pick.
All right.
All right, so 10-on-10 elimination tag match. SmackDown versus Raw.
SmackDown. I have it written down, too, so...
It's New Day, Sheamus and Cesaro, Enzo and Kaz, Luke Gallows and Anderson, and the Shining Stars versus Heath Slater and Rhino, the Hype Bros, America Alpha, the Usos, and Breezango.
Definitely SmackDown for me.
Yeah, I know. Somebody say Raw.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Raw.
I don't know. This is tough. I mean, I don't even think Solano will be the last tag team in
I
the
think
match.
they will. I
Do
think
you
that
really?
I think they're going to be the last team.
I think it's going to come down to New Day.
That's the weirdest thing. I want to see the Alphas be the last team, but I think it's going to be Beauty and the Man Beast.
I think it's going to be New Day and America Alpha. They'll be the last tag teams. Who did you go with?
See,
I went Raw.
I'd rather be Club in the Alphas at least. At least we get something worthwhile at the end. All right, who's
I'll
next?
go.
sorry.
It's me. I'm gonna go. I'm just looking at the tag teams. I'm trying to figure out who's gonna go. Sheamus and Cesaro is a wild card. I could see them being the last. I don't.
But they can break up too during the match. I could see
Sure.
that.
I'll go SmackDown. All right, the 5-on-5 women's elimination.
I think
match.
we're all going to agree on this. Raw.
If SmackDown beats Raw, it would be a shame.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Raw has the best women's division right
it's,
now.
It's
so-
Charlotte, Bayley, Nia Jax, Fox, and Sasha versus Carmella, Nikki, Naomi, Alyssa, and Becky.
You got a way better team on Raw.
I agree.
It's just, so are we all going Raw on
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
All right.
As a matter of fact, I would say Bayley will probably win the match because she's been teased.
I think
yeah.
Raw can have their top three still in the match. I think Nia Jax gets eliminated somehow, but I think it's going to be the top women still left in
who's
Smack.
even going to fight her? They have nobody on SmackDown that can do anything against her.
No, against Nia?
Yeah, there's nobody.
Well, the
Naomi?
only way I can see her is like a count out or something,
No,
her beating up somebody and getting counted out.
That's what I think.
I could see Naomi pinning Jax with the rear end.
Really?
I mean, all she got to do is put her butt in the air and hit her. I mean, the rest of the moves, you have to actually do something.
Okay,
I'm
so we're all Raw.
Oh, hold on.
What?
You think? All right. So what you're telling me? You just put your butt in the air. Boom. You're done.
Yeah, well,
you're out. You're KO.
What's Carmella's finisher? It's a DDT, right?
No, Carmella's is a it's a submission hold. It's like a leg choke. Like she puts her leg.
All right. Oh, yeah. She's not getting that on her. Nikki
Well, yeah,
Bella.
she's too fat.
Nikki Bella does not the rack attack anymore, but the other thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, the rack attack. Let's see the rack attack.
Alexa Bliss, I don't even know what she does.
hers is isn't it like a backflip or something?
Yeah, it's the cross-body
Yeah.
bliss. It's amazing bliss or something.
Yeah, that's it.
I can't remember. And then you got Becky Lynch. I don't see her putting the
I don't even know what
disarmer on.
yeah.
Actually, I could see her putting the disarmer on her
I think
because that's
I'm
how
gonna go
Bayley
Naomi.
won in NXT. She won with the sleeper.
Okay.
So then we got the 5-on-5 elimination match, SmackDown versus Raw. You got Jericho, Owens, Reigns, Strowman, and Rollins versus Styles, Ambrose, McMahon, Bray Wyatt, and Randy Orton.
I'm first. SmackDown.
Well, yeah, I know who you're going for.
I think it's going to be Styles and Ambrose.
Rollins.
I think Styles and Ambrose are going to be left on SmackDown, and it's going to be Reigns and Rollins are going to be the last two left on Raw.
I think it's going to be Reigns, Rollins versus Ambrose, Styles. I'm going to go with Raw. Oh, sorry. I meant go ahead. I didn't mean
I
to
already
skip you.
picked. I already
Who are
picked.
you going with?
I don't know. The Undertaker made it pretty clear.
That they were going to win?
Yeah, I mean,
He didn't make it clear they were going to
it's
win.
like if you don't win, you're gonna feel the wrath of the Undertaker.
Then that
Like,
means
what does that
Smack-
mean?
that means SmackDown could lose, go back to Raw, or go back the next week on SmackDown and do something because they lost.
Yeah, so maybe that would be good. So yeah, I'll go with Raw then.
Go with who you. I ain't trying to talk you out of it.
No, but I wasn't gonna go with SmackDown. I can't go with SmackDown.
I'm gonna go with Raw, and I'm gonna go with like I said, I think it's going to be Rollins and Reigns and Ambrose and Styles. I think Styles gets pinned because of Ambrose. And then Tuesday night on SmackDown, Undertaker comes out and blames everything on Styles, which sets up a match for them if they want to down the road.
All right.
After TLC, of course. And then the last match, we'll go ahead and talk about real fast, Goldberg and Lesnar.
Oh.
Lesnar. I have winning.
Sorry.
Lesnar?
Who you got?
Oh, fine. I'll be the wild card. I'm going with Goldberg.
All right, I'm going with Lesnar. There's no way Goldberg wins this match. I just can't see it. Especially if you don't use Lesnar at WrestleMania.
True.
All right, is that all of them?
I think so, actually.
Yeah, I didn't see any other matches yet, so that's it.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens Sunday, Survivor Series. Catch it on the WWE Network if you want to. Let us know how you do. You can tell us on Facebook or Twitter, and we will we'll let you know how you pair with us, see if you beat us. So
yeah, share with us on WWA show.
Yeah. So anyways, you guys have anything else to say?
Nope. Just have a good week in wrestling, and Ellsworth must die. No, I'm just kidding.
Enjoy this great wrestling weekend with NXT TakeOver and Survivor Series.
Yeah, TakeOver is going to be... I meant to do picks on TakeOver.
That's okay.
Mickey James wins. There you go.
Well,
I'm kidding.
That could be a Facebook exclusive.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we could do that. All right. Well, anyways, from Wrestling with Attitude, we'll see you guys next time here. Stitcher, Spreaker, Facebook, Twitter, at WWA Show, WrestlingWithAttitude.com. We'll see you guys next week.
Tasting